In Punjab, in your area, the roads are not good in your area. So whom to complain? So where do you go? You don't have water facilities. What do you do? So whom to contact? You don't have drainage facilities. Whom to contact? So in such cases, what Arvind Kejriwal and his team, they have formed a bill called Swaraj Bill. That is the main goal of Aam Aadmi Party, that is Swaraj. So in that bill, so in every area, like there will be wards. So each ward will have around 1,000 people. So those 1,000 people will meet every month in one place, and government will provide them funds like per annum 1 crore rupees for each ward. So that ward will decide, means the people will decide what they want to do with that 1 crore rupees. So they can decide whether they want roads, they can decide whether they want water, whether they want parks, or if they want more funds, they can demand from the government. So that means giving power back to the people. Swaraj means Apna Raj, means you have to decide what you want in your area. Isn't it great? So you don't have to go to MLA or MP, you don't have to go to politician. So that is the main bill. That is Swaraj. And another important thing is Jan Lokpal bill. You might have heard about it already. I won't go too much into it, but you want to stop corruption in India. If corruption is stopped, then your hospitals will improve. If corruption is stopped, government schools will improve. If corruption stops, police system will improve. So like that, for all, we need to stop corruption. So another thing is right to recall. In Aam Aadmi Party, we have another main objective. Right to recall means if you elect a candidate from your area, after 5 years only you can give him punishment. If he is not performing after 1 year, what will you do? You voted for a candidate and he is not performing. He is not doing anything. He hasn't met you for 1 year. He didn't come to your area. What will you do? So that's why there is another option, that is right to recall. That's what we want to bring. That means there will be like more than 50% of the voters in that area. If they sign it and give it to the Supreme Court, that candidate will be recalled. Re-election will take place. That means you can recall the candidate. You can debar from his job. You can suspend him from his job. In all jobs, there is an option of suspension. But in politics, there is no option, isn't it? Do you have any option in politics? In police, you have. Even judges, you can suspend them. But politics, you don't have. So that's why that is right to recall. So these are the main objectives. So what I would like to do now, some people might have some questions about Aam Aadmi Party, some doubts you might have heard in newspaper or in TV or radio. So what are your questions so that we can discuss about it? Or you have any suggestions what Aam Aadmi Party has to do? So we can discuss about it. So this is not a formal thing, this is informal. So it is your party, you decide. So how we should help them. So you raise your hand, I will come to your place. So if you have any suggestions or any questions. So I will have to invite Rajiv so that he can, sorry, this one. Yeah, your name and then
Question regarding the Swaraj rule. What is the majority of those 1,000 people will decide whether the decision will go through or not? So who's making the decision?
So in Swaraj, for every ward there will be an ombudsman. Ombudsman means they will elect 2 persons, one male, one female candidates in Swaraj. So they will represent those 1,000 people. So they will apply the rules and regulations there. So those 1,000 people in a ward in Swaraj, they are not going to make decision about, okay, we want to have a separate state in our country. So they can't make that decision. So like they will follow the constitution and they will apply the rules and regulations. So those two persons will be elected for that. And those, if anybody is taking over that Swaraj, sometimes what happens is 1,000 people will decide that some particular caste or religion, that people should not be staying in our area. So that doesn't apply there. So for that, those two candidates you selected, they will be educated that what are the rules and regulations. You can't make decision about those things. You have only decisions about what in your area you can do. So that is the majority of the people, they will make the decision.
Will that mean Indian constitution will be amended to incorporate the Swaraj rule?
Yeah. Constitution will be amended. Anybody wants to have any question?
I got a question. Lot of Punjabis here. Picho, there is a question from the back table. What is Vande Mataram?
Vande Mataram means we recognize our country as motherland. Means country is like a mother. So Vande means we are saluting our mother. That is Vande Mataram. Salutations to our country, our mother. That's what I understand, but in many different versions are also there. If anybody have different versions, they can also say that.
Any other question?
No, one is not.
Any other question in regards to AAP or Swaraj or how it's going to be implemented? Anybody out here?
Rajiv, that is right answer there.
You got a question?
Or any suggestions is also welcome.
Hello. I want to ask you a question. Like we always talk about, a lot of money from India is sitting in Swiss banks.
Yeah.
We always talk about black money sitting in a Swiss bank.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Sorry, it's missing. Would we get that money back to India? That money will be utilized for the development and progress of India?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The funny part of black money is, you might have observed how the Indian money value gone down recently. How many of you have observed it? It was $1 American is equal to 58 or 57 6 months ago or something. So immediately it went up to 68 per dollar. Have you observed it? Recently from 58 per dollar has increased to 68 per dollar. That means 10 rupees. That value fell immediately. And we lost trillions of rupees, trillions of crores. We lost. India lost. You know why it happened? Because election. So during election they wanted to bring the money back to India. So for that they made the money fall so that their money value will increase. Because they saved it in a dollar value and all the politicians wanted to bring it. So that means in every election, so a lot of money is coming in, that is black money. So what I thought once, that if we have 3 elections in 3 years, that will bring a lot of money and most of the politicians will become bankrupt. That is one of the options I thought, but it's really funny. But there is another option that is called Supreme Court. You had to go to Supreme Court